Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well out there. Welcome back to the channel. For those who are new, I'm Nick, and beside me here we've got a 1963 Thunderbird that we're customizing. It's a 6-speed. And today, in this video, we're going to be doing the fuel door, putting a fuel door into the side of it. For those of you who are familiar with the 63 Thunderbird, the fuel tank used to get filled at the rear, as you can see here. It used to be a door that came up like this. You pick it up, undo the cap, fill up the car, and on that rare occasion when you didn't quite get that cap seated just right, under acceleration, you'd have gas coming out of that fuel neck. Not good. So we're going to seal that over, clean that up. You can see all the rust on this bumper. It's in really bad shape. This is a fuel tank out of a 70 Mustang. Cougars, I think, had the same tank. They're slightly larger than what was in the Thunderbird. I think this is a 22-gallon tank. And we've actually turned it around in such a way that the neck is at the front. And we can come in with a 90 and then go right out. The sweet spot is going to be right about there. There's some metal work that has to take place in there. I think somebody mentioned that there was a flat spot. There is. That'll be all addressed in the final metal finishing stages. With this hole here, I can actually reach in and kind of clean up in through here because it's really tough to get in from the top. You can also see that we've got the fender flare just about done. This car never came with a fender flare in the rear. They had straight side down and then skirts. Well, we've made a few changes. The other thing was the wheels. We've been waiting for the order to come through. It was processed and it just on and on and on. Ended up canceling it and we're going to go with a different supplier. So we got to wait a little bit longer. I rechecked all the back spaces, pulled the trigger, finished it off. The inside structure is not done yet, so we have a little bit of wiggle room if we need it. Let's get on to the fuel door. Get the hole cut for this ring. This is a donor from another vehicle that came off the back shelf. It's a modern fuel door. This here has just about the right curvature. If we need to add a little bit more, we can do so. And I'm thinking to delete that little finger pull thing. You know, you fill up with your credit card, you can slide your credit card in there, pop the door open. You can see it has to curve with the body. I don't want it up too high and disturb that curvature. Okay, so we're just going to trace this out. Mark center. We can make little adjustments after the fact, but I want to get everything sitting just right. Let's do it. It also means that we are going to have to create a very slight crease through this door, right where that feature is. This looks big, but the door is much smaller. See that? So, not going to look too bad at all. Now, I forget who asked in the comments about a rectangular or tapered rectangle type of door. I forget what that shape is called. It slips my mind right now. With unequal. Anyway. Taillight is round on this car. I figured fuel door is round on this car. On the 65, you have big rectangular taillights. They ran with a rectangular style door. Oh, and the wheels are round. So it all goes together. Yep. I'm kidding. All right, so that's going to be like that. That's going to sit in there just like that. Oh, like that. It's going to be good. making a little bit of a change here. Design on the fly, because I noticed something when I was cutting the first hole. We have to unbend that first bend just a little bit. I need a bit of an angle to go from here down to the tank. We don't want this hole to be lower than the filler hole on the tank. So that's just going to angle up a little bit, a couple of degrees, allow the fuel to run into the tank. So you're working with a number of things. You can't just focus on one thing. Taillight is actually lower if we had the filler in here than that door, as you can see. So it would have been more tricky to get the tank to fill. Yeah, sure, we could have dropped the tank a little more, but then we're into the exhaust and the rear suspension. So it all has to work together. So that's the reason for that second line. So now I'll cut it out and we can unbend that little. It's only metal, guys. It's not bad at all. It almost sits there on its own. I do need to enlarge the hole a little bit. There's a couple little man-eaters that have to be trimmed up. So we'll get that done and get it in place. That's it. We're done. Catch the next one, guys. So the piece just sits there all on its own. That's nice, that's fantastic. I am going to take the file and just dress it a little bit and make sure that we don't have any overlaps. You have one piece of metal over the other. After you weld it, it's really tough to metal finish it for an invisible type of weld. So I'm just going to use a file like this, rounded on one side, flat on the other. Obviously use the rounded side. I'm going to get a couple of tacks on this and start working it in. Well, that's feeling really nice. I flushed everything up. So now we can go ahead and add some more tacks around the perimeter so nothing moves, nothing jumps out, and then final weld it. And then, well, move on to the door itself. So basically what I did there was just use the edge of the pipe as a guide to give me a nice square cut. Okay, so I've got the fuel door perimeter welded up, and the rubber hose, the elbow fitted onto the filler neck. We can get this into the car and see how it looks. We have to adjust the angle a little bit, we'll see. Stabbed it on there. Feels good, looks good. And we kind of have to aim. There is a bit of a slope here, but we have to kind of aim this at the center of that hole. Kind of like that. For now, we're just mocking things up. Where's the other section? We've got the rubber hose adapter for that. And we've got this original neck that used to go into the fuel tank of the Thunderbird. We don't need the full length. This tab will probably change. This used to mount and hold this neck in place. We're gonna probably relocate that. And as you can see, got a bit of an angle there. This is way too long, so probably choke up on that like that, and we should cut off. Let's start with that, about 2 inches, right there. It's all about mocking things up and make sure everything fits into place. This is going to be clamped on there with a slight slope. By rights, this should just snap in place like that. And we got the fuel door. We have to modify that as well. It's going to sit like that, almost like it's meant to be there. The curvature, I'm going to have to double check that to see how well it conforms to the body. And like I mentioned, we do have to create that little crease that goes through here in the fuel door. The angle of this housing neck is aimed downwards. I'm not sure how much we can gain on it to come up and align to where we need to be. Who would have thunk there's so much work to fit a filler tube? It's got to sit just right. Oh yeah, right there. You're going to need a piece of hose. About 3.5 inches long. Chop saw makes quite easy work with this rubber hose. So you can use a hacksaw, you can use a chop saw, you can use a zip blade, whatever gives you a nice, smooth, clean cut. Now I haven't bolted the fuel tank in yet. I've marked all the holes, have to be drilled. Got to put little nutserts in, finish all that off. But that's not going to be in today's video. It's pretty straightforward anyway. So just something I do when I got nothing else to do. So that's going to sit just like that. It might be hard for you guys to see the angle that this is on, but it's actually quite nice. This will come down a little more. I think we're set. Got little bumpers and stuff for the door to rest on, so that's all going to work out nice. Okay, I'm going to need to take and make a little adjustment in that rubber grommet to bring that up a little bit more so it sits without that tension on there. I can't have it flexing anything. It has to be comfortable. Everything else is fitting well on here. Put that on there, like that. Okay. I'm going to leave that for now. We're going to get onto that door and get that door fitting. Okay, so I just stripped off the paint off this fuel door. A little tricky to get in there, but now I'm going to make some slices and push that whole thing down. I could make another door, but let's see if we can resurrect and reutilize this one. Start with a small wedge first and see where that takes us. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to start rolling that down. If that comes together, we'll take out another wedge. Ooh, that's close. So we got them almost closed up, but I've got this little lip here that I want to correct because it's not perfectly round. So I'm just going to unroll the sheet metal a little bit in this area. That one got pinched. I have to open that up. A little bit hasty in my on-dolly technique here. Okay, that's looking good. Flatten it back out again. It's not bad. Now I just need to take and bring that hem into place, into position. Okay, done, close. Need to bump that a little bit. Overall, the shape is sitting where it needs to. Well, there, just about. Just gotta bend that hinge outward. Their bumpers are lower than what I like. Ah, there we go. There we go. I had to rotate a little bit. Now it's settling in very well. There's a little bit of a thing I have to address on the perimeter of the door itself. We'll take care of that. I'm not taking it off again. This has been off about 5-6 times now. Those bumpers, I may need to, this bracket should be swollen outward a bit, pulled out away from the door. And that, because there's two little bumps on here, and that is what's gonna bring that out to the perfect level. We're down maybe 1/16 of an inch, but when you're looking at it with all the reflections and light and everything shining down the side of the car, it's going to catch your eye. So we'll make that adjustment, pull it into alignment, done. Let's check it this way. Yeah, 1/16 of an inch. It's perfect here, not here. When that comes up, the door will sit exactly where it needs to. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this little episode on installing a custom fuel door on a 63 Thunderbird. I think it's looking really trick. Make that little adjustment, bring that up. It's gonna sit where it needs to. We're done. Until next time, guys, take care. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe. Helps this channel grow. Share this channel with your friends. Catch you in the next one.